Windows 10 will reach its end of life on the 14th of October, 2025. Windows 10 will continue to work after this date, but there are implications. We will explain those implications and what your options are. Once Windows 10 support ends, Microsoft is likely to remove access to the Windows 10 ISO. To get Windows 10 ISO, search for Download Windows 10 and head to Microsoft website. Download the Windows Media Creation tool. This tool will download the Windows installation media. Run the Windows Media Creation tool. Keep in mind that getting things ready may take some time. Click Create Installation Media for another PC and click Next. The default options will be selected based on the computer running the tool. However, you can change them as you desire. Change the language if you wish. The one option for the edition contains all Windows 10. You can choose to download an ISO for a specific architecture or for both. Make your selections and click Next. Click on ISO file as you can use Rufus or Ventoy later to create an installation USB. Choose where to save the ISO file and click Save. The download will take time due to its size. You can use the ISO file to install Windows in a virtual machine, or you can use Rufus or another free software to create a Windows install USB. End of life does not mean that your Windows 10 will suddenly stop working. It means that Microsoft will no longer provide security updates or bug fixes for it. That is also true for technical support. There will also be no features updates. Microsoft Defender Antivirus will not be updated after Windows 10 end of support. However, Microsoft states that security intelligence updates or virus definitions for Microsoft Defender Antivirus will continue through at least October 2028. This does not affect third-party antivirus software. You have few options to deal with end of support. First, upgrade to Windows 11, which may involve buying a new PC. Second, keep using Windows 10 with or without buying extended security updates. A third option is to use a different operating system. Using a virtual machines may prove to be useful as well. You may also consider dual booting, which you can combine with virtual machines. The main aim is to reduce Windows 10 online exposure to minimum. Though ideally you should use it offline, that is often impractical. You may have already been offered a free upgrade to Windows 11 if your hardware supports it. Note that Windows 11 has different system requirements than Windows 10. The most prominent requirement is the Trusted Platform Module, TPM version 2. TPM is a chip that handles certain security features. The system firmware must also be UEFI, that is secure boot capable. If you have not been offered the free upgrade, you can use PC Health to see if you have the needed hardware. If your hardware is not supported, you may have to buy a new machine or explore the other options. If you choose keeping Windows 10, you may want to have the extended support offered by Microsoft. While not a permanent solution, getting extended security updates can give you some time. This, however, will only include security updates and no technical support, among other things. It also requires certain prerequisites. This will cost you $30 or redeeming 1,000 Microsoft reward points. Extended support only lasts for 1 year. While it is possible some major dangerous vulnerability issues may appear after end of support, experience showed that it is extremely unlikely. If your computer meets Windows 11 requirements, you may dual boot, or you can run Windows 10 in a virtual machine on Windows 11 or another operating system. Using a different operating system is an option to many. You can dual boot this operating system with Windows 10 or Windows 11. Remember, a virtual machine can be used in the operating systems, even if you dual boot. But what operating system can you use? Linux Mint, which comes in different flavors, is an excellent choice for Windows users as a first Linux distribution. Linux Mint Cinnamon is very common as the flavor of choice. You can create and use a virtual machine in Linux if you use the box's software. You can install Windows 10 into this virtual machine and use it from within Linux. A virtual machine is a software emulation of a computer system. The user has the ability to specify the hard disk, size, and memory available, among other things. The resources of a virtual machine are separate from the physical machine running it, which is called the host. You can run Windows 10 in a virtual machine running within Windows 11 or Linux. You may also run a Linux virtual machine on a Windows 10 host. This strategy is simple and safe, as anything happening to the virtual machine will not affect the host. However, the resources are split between the virtual machine and the host. Additionally, the virtual machine will have less performance than the physical one. Free tools such as VirtualBox and QEMU can be used to create virtual machines. Dual booting means installing 2 or more operating systems on the same computer. Windows 10 can be installed along Windows 11. You may install Windows and Linux on the same machine as well. The user will be offered the choice on which operating system to boot when the machine powers up. Dual booting gives the user the ability to run applications without reduction to performance. This may be desired for some applications such as video editing and gaming. With dual booting, compatibility is not an issue, as applications can be run on the operating system they were originally designed for. You can combine this with the use of virtual machines if needed. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.